Hi, welcome to Essential Rhythm Guitar. My name is Patrick. You can find me on Instagram on Patrick S Guitar. We're going to talk today about a pretty basic concept of rhythm guitar. Okay, so I'm going to go through a lot of different rhythm guitar concepts on this channel and during the coming weeks and hopefully months, if there's an interest for it, which I hope there is, because when I've botanized around the interweb and YouTube, I don't seem to find at all that many videos dedicated to rhythm guitar, or just channels dedicated to rhythm guitar, and that's what this is about. I might sneak in the odd lead guitar tip, most often then connected to some sort of rhythm guitar concept, and that actually leads me on pretty much to where we're going today, because we're going to talk about triads today. I'm going to focus today on different the different inversions of triads that you can find on the first three strings on the guitar, the high E string, and on the B string, and on the G string. Okay, so that's where we're gonna live today, on those top three strings. I'm gonna come back to this concept further on, fairly soon. I intend to, at least, and talk more about how to work it across different string sets and so on. But we're going to focus today on the inversions of major triads on these three strings, because there are three ways to play a major triad, and I hope that you know what a triad is. A triad is where you build a chord from the root note and the third and the fifth. Right? And there are three ways to play major triads on these three strings. It's derived from, one is derived from the open E chord, where you have the top three strings of the open E chord, and if you just move everything up a step, you have an F chord, an F sharp or a G flat chord, a G chord, G sharp or A flat, A, and so on. I'm going to be in the key of G today, so let's just try to be there. A G chord on the with a G on top in this inversion, in this particular inversion. So that's one. The next one is derived from the open A chord, right? Where you have root, third, and fifth. The first inversion I showed you there, we have third, fifth, and root. But here, root, third, fifth. Okay, and if you move that up a couple of frets, you will sooner or later reach a C chord, which is part of the key of G, right? So there's another triad. First one, second. Okay, and the last inversion of a major triad that you will find on the top three strings is your good old D chord, the D formation of a regular open D chord, right? So what have you? You have G, you have a C, and you have a D, all pretty close to each other, right? So that's easy enough. I think if you're at least somewhat experienced or upwards to an intermediate player, this should be of knowledge to you. And if not, I hope I have shown you enough to where you can find it. So what happens if you take this first inversion and you want to make a C chord out of this? Well, if you just move up, have G, A flat, A, B flat, B, C, right? So there you have the first inversion now being a C chord, And if you move it further up another 2 frets, you have a D chord, right? So, G, C, and D. And the other inversion, where we start on this C chord, if we move that one up 2 frets, we have a D chord. And if we move it all the way up where the index finger is on the 10th fret, we'll have a G chord. Okay, so now we have another 3 ways to play our C chord, D chord, G chord. So total 6, right? And so the last one, where we had the D chord down here, if we move that one up to the 7th fret, then we'll have a G chord. And if we'll move that G chord all the way up to the 12th fret, we'll have a C chord. Okay, so there they are. That's all the major triads that you'll find on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd string. Try to just find your way around those, and I'll give you a little track to practice it on. But the best thing is if you can try to start incorporating it into your playing as soon as possible. So how would you use it, and how do I use it? Well, I use it all the time, really. I use it as a base for major chord rhythms, and I use it as a pathway when soloing, you know, because they're once you've learned them, they're easy enough patterns that you can navigate your way around. Okay. All right, so let's dig into the backtrack of this week, where I'm going to give you an example of how to play these major triads and something to just work over. So I'm going to do something which is a somewhat busy quasi-Latin rhythm. One of my sons said it sounded more like an old video game, so I don't know, maybe it does. Okay, so I'm going to start with playing a little piece where I do these inversions. Where I have the G chord on the 7th fret, C chord on the 8th, D chord on the 10th. So that's going to be my intro. I'm then going to move into a piece where I play the G chord on the 3rd fret, C chord on the 3rd fret, D chord on the 2nd, regular open, right? And move back to the G. And then in another part of the track, I'm going to be playing higher up. So I'll be playing the G chord on the 7th, the C chord on the 8th, the D chord on the 10th, and also the G chord on the 10th. I might even venture even further up to the C chords on the 10th and 12th, or the 12th and 14th. We'll see, you know. That's what makes it interesting, I think. Okay, so let's go. All right. I hope that you've caught on to what I've been talking about today and the major triads, and that you can find your way around all of them, and that you also try to mix them up in different keys and so on. Try to really incorporate them into your own playing. You're going to be able to find just the backing track on a separate YouTube page. So there'll be a link to that one in the description. And I hope that you like this and see that there might be some potential in a channel dedicated to rhythm guitar. So just please hit subscribe and also the little bell. Well, you know the drill by now. I'm going to try to post one of these every week. Where I go into different concepts. I'm very open to your suggestions. If there's something special, any rhythm guitar concepts that you would like me to delve into. If you're interested in gear, I'm also interested in doing stuff around gear. So just hit me up on that. I might be able to someday tell you a little bit more about this beautiful guitar from Swedish luthier TLL. But I guess that's it for now. Okay, so bye-bye. See you next week.